Welcome back to Dassi Insights. Today I want to talk with you about something we all face, no matter who we are, where we live, or what stage of life we're in. That topic is uncertainty, the unknown. Those moments when you don't have all the answers, when you cannot see what will happen next, and when life feels unclear. If you are listening right now and you feel unsure about your future, unsure about your job, your health, your relationships, or your goals, I want you to know that you're not alone. You're in the right place, and this message is for you. Uncertainty isn't a sign that something is wrong with your life. It's simply a sign that you are human. Every person you admire, every person who has achieved something meaningful has lived through periods of doubt and confusion. But what separates people who move forward from people who stay stuck isn't the amount of uncertainty they have. It's how they respond to that uncertainty. Today, I want to help you understand how to deal with the unknown in a calm, strong, and confident way. Not by pretending everything is perfect, not by forcing yourself to feel positive, but by learning how to walk through the uncertainty with courage, clarity, and direction. My goal is to talk to you in a way that anyone can understand and follow, and to offer you practical guidance that you can use right away. So, let's begin by acknowledging something simple but important. Life will always include things we can't predict. Even if we plan carefully, even if we work hard, even if we try to control everything around us, there will still be moments when life surprises us. Some surprises are good and some are difficult. But uncertainty itself isn't the enemy. The real challenge is how we think about it. When we face the unknown, our mind wants to protect us. It tries to fill the empty space with fear. It imagines the worst possibilities. It makes us believe that something bad is coming, even when we have no proof. This is natural. Our brain is trying to help us stay safe. But if we are not careful, fear can grow bigger than reality. Fear can make the unknown look darker than it really is. Fear can stop us from taking steps that could change our lives. When you recognize this, you begin to understand something powerful. Uncertainty isn't the problem. Fear is the problem. And fear grows when we let our mind run wild, when we try to predict things we cannot predict, and when we blame ourselves for not having all the answers. So, the first step is dealing with uncertainty is accepting that it's okay not to know everything. It's okay to take life one step at a time. You don't have to see the whole future. You only need to see the next step. That may seem simple, but it feels amazing freeing. Think about it. You don't need to know exactly how your career will look 20 years from now. You don't need to know exactly how your relationships will evolve. You don't need to know every detail of your long-term plans. What you need the ability to take the next step with clarity and confidence. even if the full path isn't visible yet. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you are standing in a dark room with a small flashlight. The flashlight only shows you a few steps in front of you. You can't see the whole room. You can't see the final destination. But as you take one step, then another step, the light moves with you and more of the room becomes visible. This is how life works. Clarity comes from movement, not from waiting for the perfect moment. Another part of dealing with uncertainty is learning how to focus on what you can control instead of worrying about what you cannot. Most of the stress we feel in life comes from trying to control things that aren't in our hands. The future is not in our hands. Other people's decisions are not in our hands. The outcome of every situation isn't in our hands. But what is in our hands is the way we prepare, the way we respond, and the way we move forward. When you focus on what you can control, something interesting happens. You start to feel more stable. You feel more grounded. You feel more capable. Even when the world around you feels uncertain, you know that your actions still matter. You know that your attitude still matters. You know that your choices still matter. This gives you strength. It reminds you that uncertainty doesn't take away your power. Another helpful way to approach uncertainty is to replace the question, "What if something goes wrong?" with the question, "What if something goes right?" Most of the time, your minds automatically imagine negative outcomes. But the truth is, the unknown isn't always dangerous. Sometimes the unknown brings opportunities, and sometimes brings something that we didn't expect. Sometimes it opens doors we didn't even know existed. Sometimes it helps us grow in a way we never planned. When you shift your thinking and allow your mind to imagine positive outcomes, you bring balance to your thoughts. You create space for hope instead of fear. And hope isn't just a feeling. Hope is fuel. It keeps you moving even when life feels unclear. Another important part of dealing with uncertainty is giving yourself permission to learn as you go. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out from the beginning. You simply need to stay open, stay curious, and stay willing to adapt. Life rewards people who are flexible. Life supports people who are willing to grow. When you understand that uncertainty isn't a barrier but an invitation to learn, your whole mindset changes. You stop resisting the unknown and start working with it. Let's talk for a moment about something many people struggle with: the fear of making the wrong decision when things are uncertain. This fear can be so strong that it stops people from making any decision at all. But here's something important to remember. Most of the time, the only wrong decision is refusing to move. If you take a step and it's not the right one, you can adjust. You can change direction. You can correct your course. But if you stay frozen, nothing changes. Your future stays stuck behind your fear. So, when you face uncertainty, remind yourself that progress is better than perfection. A small step forward is better than waiting forever for the perfect moment. Life becomes easier when you accept that mistakes are part of our journey. They are not signs of failure, they are part of growth. Every person who has achieved something meaningful has taken imperfect steps. You can do the same. Another important way to deal with unknown is by building trust. Not blind trust, but grounded trust. Trust is your ability to handle challenges. Trust in your ability to learn new skills. Trust in your ability to adapt when life changes. And trust that life is not always working against you. Sometimes the unknown is creating a space for something better. Sometimes it's redirecting you toward something that fits you more. Trust gives you the confidence to move even when the future is unclear. As we move to the end of today's episode, I want to leave you with a calming thought. Uncertainty is not a sign that you are failing. It's a sign that you are alive and growing. If everything in your life were predictable, you would never change. You would never evolve. You would never discover new strengths inside yourself. The unknown is not your enemy, it's your teacher. It's a doorway. It's a reminder that life still has more to show you. So, the next time you face uncertainty, take a breath and remind yourself that you don't need to know everything. You don't need to predict everything. You don't need to solve your whole future today. Focus on a step in front of you. Build trust in yourself. Stay open to learning. And remember that you have more strength, more resilience, and more courage than you think. Thank you for spending this time with me on Dassi Insights. I hope today's message gives you calm, clarity, and confidence as you move forward in your life. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it with someone who might need a little encouragement. And as always, keep striving, keep learning, and keep stepping into the future, even when the path is not clear. Until next time, take care and stay strong.